Alright, there we go. Now we just gotta do this, do this, do this, do this, do that, do that, do that, close that, excellent, good form, and do that, and we run the game. Yes? Alright, I am so sorry. As I was trying to get the PC to come back on, like, the moment I did that, I set OBS up. The moment that my PC turned on, I was like, okay, run as admin. Let's get back in as fast as we can. And I was actually, like, genuinely good to go within, like, that first 8 minutes. And then OBS crashed and crashed my PC a second time. So I am so sorry. I tried to fix it ASAP, and my PC was not having it. Origins Blackgate messed it up. Welcome back, fun. I'm ready for the riddles, buddy. Witchy, thank you for the lizard, and welcome in. Expo, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you, and welcome back, buddy. I hope your ranked grind is going well. Son of a bitch, y'all. Like, seriously. Why? So, I'm gonna snooze this ad and try and keep tabs on when it's coming back. I'm so sorry it took me so long. Like I said, I gave it my all, and the game was just not having it. So work update, it's just me again, so nom nom on my hours. What do you mean it's just you? What happened? I'll be back with some riddles in a little bit. Just wanted to let you know I'll be right back. I gotta call my girlfriend. You're all good, man?
All I need to do now is get to the Arkham
Enjoy.
Wing and free those hostages.
Oh, no! It stopped at the cutscene, so we gotta do this shit again. The other girl quit. Yeah, I remember the previous situation with, like, you losing all your hours. So is that what you mean? Like, you're losing hours because the other person quit? I feel like in those cases, they give you more hours, wouldn't they? Am I wrong? She texted my mom, respectfully, I quit. Oh, okay. See, this shows exactly what could happen when we put commas in sentences, y'all. Just kidding. Love you, Witchy. Aim! 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 Got it. Good work. Good form. Nom nom all my hours. Yeah, nom nom all my hours, no comma. Or, like, specification makes it sound like all your hours got eaten up. You know? Like, it doesn't make it sound like you actually, like, are getting hours. Whereas, nom nom all mine, or nom nom all my, with emphasis on my hours, would make the sentence make more sense as all the hours belong to me. You know? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, it makes it sound like your hours are being lost, not gained. So now it makes sense. Why did she quit, though? To get a message like, respectfully, I quit, praying hands, that means that there's gotta be a reason. And I swear if it was some stupid stuff like, there's a person I don't want to work with or something, they shouldn't have a job. Like, I hate saying that, but, like, you can't be picky this day and age, man. So if that was the reason, that's a no-go, brother. Alright. So we actually got through this without dying once this time. Good job, Drake. Y'all gotta give me a high five or something. I deserve it. Drop! Don't stop me now, cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
It's over.
Shooting star.
Release the hostages.
Like Lady
Thanks for
Godiva.
getting me into his cell. I probably could have done it myself, but why take chances? Am I right?
There never were any
There isn't any
hostages.
music playing. I
This
just
was all
started
about
singing
Bane from the
Queen
very
for
start.
All the way back to you catching me on that rooftop. Sorry. Originally, the plan was for
Y'all
you
are
to
getting-
capture me so I could get into
I'm getting
Blackgate
gypped.
and free
Why?
him. But then you showed up here, so changes had to be made.
Why would you want Bane
Wrong
freed?
earbuds, maybe?
Believe me, I'd rather not go anywhere near
No.
that monster. I'm not suicidal.
Fuck,
I
man.
just took this gig to pay off a debt.
To who?
Can't answer that, handsome. Employer confidentiality. As far as I'm concerned, I just have a package I'm supposed to pick up and deliver.
Catwoman. If whoever wants Bane powers him up again.
I see. I mean, when I talked to her, she seemed like the I don't want to be here and work type. It was like she didn't have any work ethic. She quit both activities and in the kitchen using the same message. She's also pregnant with other kids to 3 different dads. This baby daddy is in jail, so I don't know. Jesus. Yeah. How old is she? Early 20s, probably, right? Somewhere around there?
I need to find those junction boxes before they surge and take out all of Blackgate.
Oh, junction boxes. That's what we get. Overload switches is what we get from Black Mask. Lore drop. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That's actually insane. I hate trying to deal with people like that, though. Like, when I was going to get my GED. Yeah. There was a girl about the same age when I was going to get my GED, and she was in some similar situations. And in the very beginning, she was mildly disrespectful. Like, later, you know, someone talked to her and actually tried to have a conversation with her and walk her through it. And she definitely became a lot better about it, you know? And she learned. But not everybody will. And so dealing with people like that, like, you give them a shot and you know, you're like, hey, everything okay? Are you all right? Is something going on? Do we need to talk about it? And if they end up being, like, just abrupt and just constantly being a jackass, constantly argumentative, don't really want the help from you, essentially. If they don't really want the help from you, then that's where you let them go and you're just like, yeah, okay. You do you, man. So all secrets are acquired, and we have fully explored the cell block, so we are good. We just need to go get the junction box. And deal with thugs, apparently. I gotta get one of these guys with knives started on the combo chain. Come here. She couldn't do anything alone, like even the simplest things, such as reading off Beagle facts and passing out beagles to the residents. Beagles? Oh, like, I don't want to say therapy dog, but essentially like a dog for therapeutic uses or reasons. Oh. Oh. Bagels! Okay! Bagels! Got it. That's kind of crazy. And also, high key, super deadly if she were to give, like, potentially someone with a major gluten allergy a gluten bagel instead of a gluten-free. Like, that's insane. Yeah, definitely shouldn't be working in a place like that, but she sounds like she's never actually had a job. Like, never actually had a job that she could work. What the hell? Oh, y'all, I'm going the complete and total wrong way. Wrong direction. What is that? It's part of the junction box. It's gotta be. Yo, TJ, welcome back. Like, even not having that issue, though, you know, working in a place like that, that could be deathly dangerous, so... I don't know. She sounds like one of those people that is just used to having a job from, like, high school, and having, like, a high school job where everybody does hold your hand and kind of teaches you certain things in the ways of the world. It sounds like she was, for lack of better terminology, it sounds like she was just very immature and used to having her hand held, you know? At least that's how it crosses my mind. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like. Okay. Yep, naturally. Night, night. Night, night. Oh, what the fuck? Night, night. Okay, up we go. I don't actually know where this thing is. I'm just kind of guessing. Okay, I think I have a decent idea now of where it might be. Up through this vent. What do we have to do for these? Because this is my first time ever in any of the playthroughs dealing with Black Mask junction boxes. Oh, I ran away from it. My bad. There we go. Disarm. Whoa, 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 what? Manual override, what the fuck? Bruce, move your ass. Ah, shit. Okay. Don't miss it. I have to hit him at the same time, don't I? Okay, sorry. Un moment, por favors. Did I tell you about the graphic novel Paul Dano right as Riddler 2022's actor? Paul Dano? No, I didn't know he did any comic writing. It's just wild because I can gather everything, print shit off, pass things out, and do set activities, no problem. I just ask, so what do I need? Then I do it. Then I do it. Her, on the other hand, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I need help. I'm overwhelmed. As if she can't do anything. I mean, pregnancy could have a part in that. Job isn't hard at all. I have a shit ton of downtime most of my days, even after doing paperwork on top of the activities. I mean, potentially, it could be that she's lazy. It could be that she feels like she genuinely doesn't know what she's doing, you know. Any number of those things. Alright. 30 seconds. Cutting it a bit close to the wire here. Are there only 2, or is there also one in here is the question. I think I might have missed one. Yeah. Glad I looked and saw that. Okay. That's rough. Working in the kitchen is harder than doing activities. By the way, I believe that. She only did that 2 days a week. Kitchen work can be overwhelming, so I can get that one. But that's crazy. So, cell blocks. There's another one. Shit. Okay. Trying to think about like how I need to go about this. He only did it once. It was a canon prequel to the Batman movie called Riddler Year One, and I thought it was going to be asked because, you know, it's an actor writing a graphic novel. Yeah. But dude, it's a must-read. It's phenomenal. That's why it got auto-modded. I'm sorry. Blew me away with how good it was. That's actually kind of surprising and rather impressive. But if I ever get a chance, I'll check it out. I try not to, like, ever use any sites or anything like that, like any websites or anything that would give me the ability to read it for free, if you know what I mean. Like, I try to avoid piracy sites. So I found one more guy that just needs the key. Another new friend said maybe. One friend still needs to finish the DLC. Yep, if we can't get McIntyre, we can ask one of my other friends in a pinch. So I did talk to him. He said he'd get back to me. I don't know how likely it is that he'll join us for it, though. I don't know how likely it is for him to do it, because he also doesn't have the game, even though I thought he did. So that does play a small factor into it. Also, its art is phenomenal. Maybe I can, like, even if I won't read it for free, maybe I can find some panels or something and check out some of the artwork panels. That'd be cool. Is the artist anybody we've seen before? Keep heading right. Literally all you have to do for activities is set up, ask who wants to go down and participate, pass out things to do, the activity... blah blah blah, then clean up and paperwork, after which she can sit down for most of it. I mean, like I said, some people are lazy and some people don't want to work, and it sucks because it's, as I've said several times before, it's hard enough to get a damn job these days, man. Alright, also, I was wrong. It did not take us 4 hours. It's actually going to take us about 5, counting, like, the rest of the collectibles and such. Okay, so it's not going to let me get to that one immediately. I got to find the box, which is right here. One. Looks like there's one in the ventilation shaft. Yep. 2. This one's not bad at all. The first one was arguably way more stress-inducing and difficult. Oh, that's the damaged door. My bad. That's all I can think of. She also didn't really do the paperwork, which is just marking who participated. Like I said, man, some people really are that lazy, like even simple tasks. But it also, like, if she has ADHD or anything like that, that could also play a part into it. It's very easy for some people with ADHD and even OCD to get overstimulated. So, like, coming from a place of understanding, I could get why, but I also feel like that might be blatant laziness, especially if you're a mom, because it's hard enough to have a job and keep a job in this world right now, you know? So where's the next one? Admin. That just... Did that just say I have another secret? Okay. It wouldn't make me come back this way, would it? Would it? I don't think so. Yeah, I know you have ADHD and you're unmedicated, but like, if someone doesn't know that they have it and they're unmedicated and it's a worse case than yours, that's what I mean. Like, you gotta come from a place of understanding in certain areas for things like that. A Euro comic book artist named Steven Subic. It was his first debut in American comics. Damn, okay. All right, impressive. We might have a full party, which would be really nice, being able to get like the full 8-player experience. The only thing is, because I know the Robin in this game, or in Origins, is Dick Grayson, I want to play as Robin. I gotta. I stepped on a spike. I don't know what that secret that it's talking about actually is. It could be counting the belt, maybe? I don't know why it would. Did I ever get this? Yeah, I did. So I don't know where it would be. Hang on. Yeah, no, I got that one. And it should have been marked on the map. So I don't know why it's saying I have 26 of 27 here. Does it still say that? It does. What? Alright, y'all. I see it. Shit. I see it. It's just in a spot that I wouldn't really notice if it was there or not. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Reeves adapts the comic as a short prequel, because it's only a 6-issue miniseries. What is that, like a 180 pages, which could make for like a good 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes of screen time? Yeah, I could see that. My ADHD is the hardest to deal with due to how easily overstimulated I get. Yeah, and I get that, but there might... All I'm saying is there is potentially a case of the worst type to have that could be worse. Especially, like I said, you know, pregnancy hormones are no fucking joke. So, I wouldn't completely discredit. But I do think that it's more laziness than, like, ADHD or OCD or anything, like, that can majorly overstimulate somebody. So...
Help! He's over here!
I don't know where the fuck that could be. 232 pages. It could be, but like I said, I'm trying to come from a place of understanding because I know a lot of people, before they really understood how my OCD works, thought that I was just being lazy, you know? And even sometimes I felt like I was being lazy, even though it really wasn't laziness. It was just overstimulation with things like OCD can be really rough, and then trying to deal with like anything involving a compulsion can make you feel like you're just straight up locked in place, you know? Sometimes I swear I feel like I'm getting straight up paralyzed. So if I just blatantly say someone's being lazy, as someone who deals with the cases of OCD that I deal with, you know, I feel like that's kind of hypocritical of me to just jump to that conclusion and say that they're lazy, you know? And I'm not saying you're being hypocritical, I'm just saying from me, it would be really hypocritical knowing everything that I've had to deal with OCD and stuff to say something like that and be like, yeah, they're just being lazy, you know? Because I know as well as I feel like anybody could that it could also just be an amalgamation of things. I mean, I think that she's definitely got to figure it the fuck out, because that's absolutely insane, and especially being a mother, she can't afford to do that, but still, you know? But yeah, I think 232 pages. That kind of sounds like one issue is like they're either like 35 pages a piece, or one of them is like a 40 or 50 page special, which would probably be the first, the third, or the last. Oh, you know what, TJ? I have a question for you. Just because I was curious and actually heavily considering getting some of the Arkham comics myself, and wanted to see more of like how they, not just Batman and the villains, but how they characterize some of the other characters in there. Do Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, I feel like maybe Gordon does, but I'm not sure, and Google wouldn't tell me. They told me that they appear in the comic books, but that Arkham comics are their own thing, and I was like, yes, I know that, but I just wanted to see if these versions are in there. Do any of those characters appear in the Arkham comics at all? Or is it just Batman and the villains that typically show up? And maybe Catwoman in the Arkham City Unhinged comics, because I know she's on the cover of one of them. And I've seen a couple of the cover arts for, like, Arkham City Endgame. Babs, Tim, Dick, and Jason all show up in the comics? Yeah, dope. So it feels more like a complete story of the Arkham series rather than just, you know, just a book that is completely Batman solo. Heads up, the one with Jason's extremely brutal. Yeah, I know. Arkham did Jason dirty, man. Arkham made... Oh, dude. Arkham genuinely, I saw this in a couple of comments on some YouTube shorts that showed up in my feed talking about Jason in the Arkham series. They showed Jason's torture in The Killing Joke and Death of the Family comics and the animated movies in such a much more tame, like a so much more tame and like tame and cakewalk like variant of what happens to Jason in comparison to Arkham. Arkham Jason genuinely got put through. Arkham Jason got put through hell. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now, I found someone. You want a taste? I'm liking these odds.
Hi. Wrong answer. You sons of bitch, you do not interrupt my combo. Do you fucking understand me? Sorry, had to pace up my words to match with the kick. Yaga! Catch! And also, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure. Again, not the most versed in DC. Wasn't Jason found, like, the day or the night after? Or did Batman spend, like, 3 months searching for Jason? It was either 3 to 6 months. It was not a whole fucking year in the comics before Arkham. It wasn't even torture, not really. Like, he gets betrayed by his mother, then beaten halfway to death, then blown up. Yeah, exactly. Arkham Jason was in the abandoned wing of Asylum for over a year. That's awful. And I also heard, I'm not sure, that, like, Joker would let in several of, like, Arkham's biggest villains. They let the Arkham villains just... all the villains of Arkham come in and, like, let out their frustrations on Jason by beating the absolute shit out of him. He basically said, hey, you need a punching bag? Jason's in there. Like, with every Arkham villain. And I can imagine being tied to a chair and then getting the shit beaten out of you by someone like Bane would mess up your mental pretty bad. So there's a secret there. None there. Oh, yeah, it's just that one. Dope. So let's go get the junction box and the secret. It also implied he was tortured every way possible. Jesus. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's awful. Jason was messed up. It's no wonder why Jason is an absolute destructive force of nature in the Arkham games. Like, when you play him, that no-kill rule does not apply to Jason in Arkham Knight. It's 313. It might be 013. Nope, it's 313. You know how Arkham Jason hunches? Yeah, I do, actually. Do they actually kind of explain that in the comics? That's kind of rough. He has permanent nerve damage in his shoulders. That's why he wears a support on his back. Holy shit, dude. Lazarus Pit didn't do enough work on him, I don't guess. That's insanity. As if being tortured by the insanity wasn't enough. Okay, they're gonna make me go all the way back. Jason never died? What the f- That's one tough bastard. That's all I've gotta say, dude. Wow. Okay. So we went through some stuff. But man. But to survive something like that, that's awful, dude. That's absolutely horrible. He's only 19 to 20. Isn't, like, Jason Todd typically... What is he? He's like... "23 at least, right?" "213. 241. I gotta do this quickly. 211. 221. 18 in A Death in the Family, then like early 20s in Hush and Under the Hood. That is insanity. That is absolutely insane, brother. That is crazy work. They made Jason a beast, so I mean, Jason fans definitely get shown some love in that regard, but nowhere near when you think about all the torture that he had to endure through that. That's insane. Okay. Is the other one right here? Down to the wire with that one. Less than 10 seconds left. Next one. Show me the location. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, y'all. I'll see you all in a second. Alright, sorry, y'all. I really had to piss. Like, I was sitting here trying to, like, you know, just power through it, but it was not happening. Not at all. But that's actually incredible. That's absolutely insane that he not only endured all of that, but also just kind of insane that the writers would take it that far with a character like that. You know? At least, that's the way I see it. I feel like that's a lot.
On me! Now! I found someone!
Sit down. To be honest with you, Jason's birth mother betraying him in the comics was heartbreaking. He tracks her down, finally smiles and is happy just for his mother to sell him out because she didn't want to get found out for embezzling. It didn't matter in the end because both her and Jason went to the big family picnic bench in the sky in the end. I mean, yeah, but that's crazy.
You gotta be kidding.
Gotham,
He's real.
they really show that Gotham is... They show that Gotham is just full of insanity and, like, really sick people a lot of the time. They weren't even in Gotham? Jason died in Iran? The fuck was Joker doing in Iran? Why is the selling a missile? All right. Yep, makes sense. He's jonkling all over the US now. He's not even jonkling like a normal jonkle anymore. I see it. Okay. Yep. Okay, this one's easy. Bruce was tracking down Joker, who was selling a missile and later became an Iranian ambassador with diplomatic immunity. And Jason was in Iran tracking down his birth mother. That sucks, dude. Jason went through so much, man. And that sucks. Like, it's still tragic, and in a way, maybe, like, even better that they kept the tragedy the way that they did, you know? Did I seriously not go back and get that secret like I was supposed to? Are you shitting me? Hang on. It was right there and I never went back to get it. That's crazy. Alright. So we're gonna grab that. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go get the secrets in the industrial plant, and then I think we can wrap up. We can wrap up Blackgate. Alright. Gonna deal with these guys. Up and over. Like, I'll say this though, like the descriptions of like what you're telling me is exactly one of the reasons why I feel like I like the Batman universe. Like, even though DC is darker and it's not nearly as much my style as Marvel is, granted, the Bat universe has a mixture of pivotal moments, some relatability to its characters, and just all around really good writers. For the most part, really good writers behind the characters and the storylines, you know? So you get really solid storylines, cool characters, characters that are relatable, and you've got characters that are also able to play a part of comic relief in some really tense moments, you know? Both options are terrible. Your mother sells you out. Yeah. And you come back as a zombie, or B, you get caught and tortured for 13 months before escaping. Yeah! I will say, though, of all the Robins, like, all of the Robins embody something uniquely different about the characters. Tim is, about Batman, rather. And, oh, I should be trying to get out of here ASAP, shouldn't I? For example, Tim has the detective gene, so to speak. Like, Tim has the ability to do expert level, grade A detective work. Dick is a strategist. He's still a good detective, but he's a really strong strategist with very strong hand-to-hand combat capabilities. But Jason, as a combatant, is the one you would be scared of, if not Batman. And when we're not talking about skills, they're each something significant that kind of makes the character, you know? So I'd say that that's really well said. And I think you even got Damien spot on, man. Jam a word of meanings. The three ways of spelling me there. Fun? I'm sorry. Can you rewrite that? Jam a word of meanings. 3 ways of spelling. Me there be. The first is an odor, a smell, if you will. The second, some money, but not. The third is past tense, a method of passing things around. I'm sorry. Fun. Yeah. I am not even able to try and solve that one. Because autocorrect really decided that it did not like you, I think. And I'll be honest, as far as, like, the Bat family goes, I tried to like Damien because he was my main in Injustice 2. Since they replaced Nightwing. Horrible idea. From the first Injustice game. And, man, I can't say much other than, like, I really tried to bat for him and try and understand him, and as much as I can understand why he was pissed in Injustice, seeing his characterization in all the other DC media, which is the way they really want the character to be written, I feel, Damien's a little prick, man. That's... Yeah, I know, comic Damien is wildly different from Injustice, because after that I started, like, reading into Damien a little more, and, like... All I can say when I read something about Damien or see Damien in the comics or even in the fucking animated movies, Damien's just a prick, man. Like, he's just an entitled prick. That's it. My apologies that there was an error in that riddle. No. You're okay. 100%. I get it. I could not read any of that, unfortunately. Like, I also saw a YouTube short. I don't think I've had the opportunity to actually watch the animated movie it's from, mind you. But there was a scene that I saw. Oh, no, it wasn't an animated movie. It was a comic of, like, Batman going out as Bruce to save this doctor that was working on something from these armed men. I think it might have been like a Black Mask gang or something. When they get to the rooftop, though, Bruce sees Damien. Damien stops them from getting attacked and then says something to him. Blah, 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 something, something. Father. Right in front of her, and she's like, Father? Nightwing, by the way, is an incredible combatant and a very good one, but he doesn't have that kill switch that Bruce and Jason had because he never snaps. When Bruce or Jason snap, they dog walk him. I know, yeah. Like, I've never doubted that he was a skilled combatant. I feel like he doesn't have that capability to... He couldn't match up directly against someone like Bruce or Jason on their best day. You can have me, but cannot hold me. Gain me and quickly lose me. If treated with care, I can be great. If betrayed, I will break. What am I? Respect? No, gain me and quickly lose me. Gain me and quickly lose me. Trust. Trust, not respect. That's my answer. Damien starts out that way when he's younger because he was raised by assassin royalty. Yes, this is true. Yep. He had Talia for a mother. But in comics right now, he left Gotham and is currently doing what Bruce did in his teens. I don't know what Bruce did in his teens, if I'm going to be honest, other than maybe, like, training. Everyone is looking forward to Damian coming back because he's essentially having his Finding Himself arc. He's not Robin anymore. He's Damian Wayne. Okay, that's dope. That's actually really cool. Kind of coming into his own character. He left Gotham for 8 years. Yeah, I know Bruce left Gotham, but the only thing I remember for him leaving Gotham was leaving to train. Correct, another elementary grade passed. Oh, thank you so much, Enigma. I appreciate it. I need to... Yeah, to train and find his purpose. Okay. And also, that's another interesting thing. Like, of all the Robins... Like, yeah, Damian was trained by Bruce a good bit. Especially the no-kill rule. But... he wasn't... like... he wasn't trained nearly as much by Bruce as Nightwing or as Jason or Tim were. And I mean, Tim was also a bit of a gymnast and an acrobat, so he kind of already had those skills kind of built inept, I guess. Like, they were inept with him. I am an instrument whose music always comes from the heart. What am I? An organ.
It's him! I see him! That thing!
Right, I can't do that. Damian was trained by Raish. True. And Talia really wanted a kid. Can't imagine why. Wait, never mind. No. I can't imagine why Talia would want a kid other than, like, complete and total domination over Gotham. Like, to basically have children to build a larger League of Shadows army. Yeah, desperate for that child support, man. Like you said the last time, that's a great answer. More to come than meets the eye. Oh, bring it, man. We got probably another hour. I got all the time in the world. In all seriousness, though, that was a dream Talia had, to have a life with her beloved and child? Really? Was this all, like, within, at least, like, somewhat relatively the same storyline? Like, same set of comic issues? I need to get some DC TPBs, but right now I'm trying to get the damn Wolverine Epic Collection so I can collect all of, Wolverine 1988 to 2003, which was, they've done Epic Collections for most of it now. Which collects most of Wolverine's storyline by Chris Claremont and Mark Miller. And also Larry Hama. I can't help but make sure I have, like, all of my Marvel comics and my Wolverine stuff set up first. It's just, you know, it's a necessity.
Fireball.
Yo, GG, welcome back. Thank you for the fireball. Talia's creator buys the fact that they had Talia, yep, because he wanted her love for Bruce to be genuine. DC only did that to make people prefer the cat-bat relationship. I feel like a lot of people like the cat-bat relationship because it's a catch-me-if-you-can kind of thing, you know? And it's something people find attractive, you know, because she loves to be chased, Bruce chases her, and Bruce can't help himself around her, you know? But did I get everything? But, like, Talia, like, that doesn't mean that Talia isn't an attractive character, you know? Talia is incredibly attractive. And Talia admires the man behind the mask. She can't have him because she's willing to kill, and Bruce is never going to break that rule, you know? Ties her up and puts her into handcuffs to arrest her. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. For arresting purposes. Well, it definitely arrests something, but not that. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna do a quick little reset here because I am still missing a secret, but we also can make it way easier to get to our objective and this final secret all in one go. If we just do this, there's gonna be thugs probably. Yep.
I see him. Get your asses over here.
Should be the last round of thugs though, right?
There he is. Help! He's over here. I got him. Over here.
I tried to quick fire a batarang and it didn't work. Reset, you say? A full reset of the run? Absolutely not. No. Do not do that to me. Yo, Steve, what's up? You did it, you fucking dog. You could. Please don't. Please. Steve, welcome back, man. I'm sorry you broke your phone. That autocorrect pissed you off that bad, didn't it? I'm sorry, brother. Fucking knew it, man. Broke my phone a couple days ago. Yeah. Also, what's up, Fedora? Welcome in. How you doing, brother? Hello? Ignoring the comic where she straddles his lap and pushes down on his his bar, that's what you call it? I'd love for Catwoman to do that to me. Why do we always go back to this? Oh! Oh! Oh, you meant, like... I'm glad you're doing okay. If you ever need to talk to me, Fedora, I'm always here, buddy. I thought you meant something else. Didn't realize you were talking about the bench bar, but yeah, that's actually crazy. That's insane. It was overdue anyways. When I was typing a word, it fucked me up and I was already mad. Fair enough. Nobody can hold you for that. I did call it though. I was on the ball. We're getting to know each other, Steve. I'm getting the hang of it, man. You did catch me, TJ. Like, brother, when people talk about Catwoman, my mind kind of like shifts, because that is basically a goth woman in skin tight latex, brother. What am I supposed to say? I know what kind of man you are. The one that always falls for goth women. You're right. Wonder Woman is better, prove me wrong. She does have the long dark hair. But hear me out. She's not goth like Catwoman. We need goth women. Oh shit, this one's gonna be rough, isn't it? She is 6'5". Riddle me this, almost everyone needs it, asks for it, gives it, but almost nobody takes it. Help! Yo, Fedora, thank you for the gifted sub to TJ! They're gonna love it here. Thank you, thank you. The 7'3" Oh. Muscle Mommy! Thank you for the follow, TJ. I appreciate you, buddy. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. That's crazy, man. That's crazy to think. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. We gotta lock in. So there's one over here, so we need to go back for this one. This one's gonna be all the way at the end. Yep. Line launcher. Grapple up. Gonna have to do some traversals. Be proud, I had a bottle of water in my Arctic, which is like 2 regular water bottles and 3 meals and my vitamins. I am proud of you! Well done! Taking care of yourself, finally! Good job, Sun Cheyenne. And you're all good, Steve. We'll see you in a second. Okay, fun, is it help? Nobody gives help or nobody takes help? And a soda? Good! All the caffeine.
Your turn. She'll probably
and 0 sugar? Well done. Alright, that's the achievement for Circuit Breaker. Thank you for the lurk, Fedora. I appreciate you, buddy. Almost everyone needs it and asks for it. They will give it, but nobody takes it. Advice? If it's not help, it's gotta be advice. Alright, check. And there's world's snazziest dresser. and the Collector. Dark Knight returns, Batsuit acquired. Impervious to damage and 50% increase to damage. 1 million. Does not look bad. Hang on, is that purple? It is. It's a fancy looking suit. How does it look? Pretty, okay. The thumbnail looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it looks great. We did great. I infiltrated your Discord? Oh no! We got a hacker! Ban him! Get him! Joking. Dope, dude. There's trust me, there are plenty of comic book, weapon nerds, and video game nerds all there to talk video games, comic books, and all the nerdy topics. And life. So you're more than welcome. Welcome to the community, buddy. Up we go. And now we can leaf, I think. Secrets, secrets. What? Oh, son of a bitch! It's the same one! Fine. We'll go back and get that first. And then we deal with Catwoman. And we end this. Urgh. I forgot to grab it twice now because the junction box was there. I'll send an image of Riddler Year 1. Dude, yes, please. I need to get, like, an actual, like, comics Discord channel. I've been thinking about making some YouTube content, debating and talking about comic books for a while now. I just haven't done it. Oh, shit's dead. Tis dead. It's not good for me. It's not good for my health, my life. Alright. One more. And then we just gotta fight the cat. They didn't do too bad with these suits, honestly. All in all, like a pretty good selection of really cool Batman suits. And they're like, I guess, I want to say they're porting over, but their overall use of like how they actually make the suit look, their interpretation of the suit, there we go. Their interpretation of these suits upon the selection of suits they give you. The interpretation of the suits in this game are pretty solid. Was the only one who found Paul Dano's Riddler, like, really unsettling? Was I the only one who found Paul Dano's Riddler really unsettling? I don't think so. I watched the movie. I wasn't the largest fan of Matt Reeves' Batman.
All right, Catwoman, your turn.
I don't think Robert
Probably
Pattinson was a
dogs.
bad Batman. And honestly, their Riddler was really good. It just wasn't the type of Riddler that I was used to seeing. Through comics and Arkham, definitely not the type of Riddler I expected to see. So that is the last and final secret. So we have fully 100% completed this game. All masks, all caged birds, all chattering teeth, all suit and gadget upgrades, suit unlocks, suit and gadget upgrades, suit unlocks, and case files 3 times. And we have beaten every boss once as the last boss. We are done. He made me jump with the opening scene when he screams and attacks the guy from the darkness. Yeah, he's definitely more of like a hands-on Riddler. I will say this though, for Matt Reeves, his best move was making the main villain of the movie not necessarily Riddler, but someone that wasn't the Joker. They made like a get that he is Batman's biggest villain. But they gave us the Riddler, which means that Matt Reeves' Batman, at least for the first one, is more of like a Batman Year One. So much more detective work in Batman, like pertaining to the comic books and the other Batman media we have, instead of just simply Batman versus the Joker again.
I hope you've had your shots.
He definitely is different. I didn't even realize who it was until I saw the trailers and the puzzle boxes.
So you would hit a girl. Okay, that hurt.
Phase 1! Riddler, Carmine, and of course the Incredible Penguin TV show. I haven't seen that yet, but yes, dude, I love Colin Farrell as Penguin. Such a good Penguin. Like, genuinely. They made him look accurate to the Penguin, but the way that he, like, actually looks like a mob boss, as Penguin is supposed to be, yeah, 100% a great Penguin.
Are you even
The Hammer
trying?
of Justice. Hang on. The Hammer of Justice is... Nope. Brave and the Bold Batman. What is he... He's got, like, this deep tonnage. But it's not much gravel. The Hammer of Justice is unisex. I think that's going to be the best I get without, like, some severe practice or serious practice, but I'll take it. Got kind of that deep undertone and the hushed voice a little bit. All right, one more. Fuck, I missed it.
I think I'm
Hang
winning.
on. I'm going to have to look away from chat completely for a second. Also, I love the fact that they make Batman black and white. Like, they give him black and white cell shading and everything. When,
Are you even
for
trying?
him and Catwoman, for this segment of the game, it'd be cool if we could play a filter like this.
I think I'm winning. Are you
Crossed
even
it too
trying?
early. I am trying. You're just kicking my ass. Go away. Stop it. Bad cat.
Over here. Now I'm over here.
All right, now we got to do this twice, I think. Maybe 3 times.
Where am I?
I pressed the button and Bruce was looking away. Bad cat! Alright, now she starts juking. Yep. Got it. GG's. So that is the
Who are
ending.
you working for? Who wanted Bane?
I already told you, I don't know. I was hired anonymously and received my orders the same way.
And you just went along with that.
Let's just say I was made an offer I couldn't refuse. What if I made you an offer you couldn't refuse?
Yes, please! Me!
Step away from him, Catwoman.
Me!
I said
That's me?
step away. I won't say it again.
Identification, now.
Captain Rick Flag, Batman.
Never heard of you.
It's so
Believe it
shiny.
or not, Batman, there are federal operations you know nothing about.
Cap.
It's better that way. We're
Nope.
securing the facility. Thank you for your assistance. We'll
You're not
return her
welcome.
to custody.
No, you won't.
Captain, this entire operation was a cover to break Bane out of this cell. Now he is out there.
And we grabbed him before he even made it to the docks. You saved a lot of lives tonight, Batman. You should be proud.
Why yellow? His outfit? I don't know. Like, Rick Flag is the only one that wears, like, the yellow there, I think. It looked like everybody else was in black and gray, so maybe it was to, like, give him a bit more characterization.
All the black masks messing with the generators freaked out the heating and cooling systems.
He woke up
The
and
quick
shot all of
expanding
them,
and
didn't
contracting
he?
of the pipes weakened them for sure.
Sionis wakes up.
The Joker. All I want is the Joker. Let him
Too
go.
late.
Why not? He's worthless to me compared to the clown.
No! You might Where'd he go?
I don't know. But the Joker better watch his back.
That's insane! I actually love that! Explaining Roman's face being screwed up like that is awesome! I was literally thinking as I saw that, like, so does that mean that it just melted the mask onto Roman's face? It is a metal mask in these games after all. That's fucking dope. That's actually
Please, per your
amazing.
orders, Director, with an expunged record and the secret thanks of a grateful nation. Though I don't know why we don't keep a leash on her. She didn't accomplish her primary mission. We had to give Bane back to save face.
Time enough for that, Captain Knight.
Still hate that they tried so
What's that,
hard
Director Waller, leading
to
us
set
the
up and
degenerates?
like
You see degenerates, Captain?
they tried so hard to set
see
up
so.
and tease for the Suicide Squad game, and then the game is absolute, complete and utter garbage. Red Hood killed a copy in Arkham Knight? That is possible, and it would make sense. I don't know. That's a rough theory to go on because I don't think there are any like Arkham Knight post-game comics or anything that would explain it. And we haven't gotten another game yet that like continues to go on about it. And it was, according to Rocksteady, supposed to be the last Arkham game, like the end of the Arkham series. So Arkham Knight being like the end and then Roman dying could make a lot of sense. Especially to someone like Red Hood, but I remember playing that DLC a while back, and I don't know, like, I don't know. You know, like, there are ways to heal from some injuries, especially with things like the Lazarus Pit being in effect and the fact that we never saw Black Mask in Arkham Knight until that DLC. Yeah, the DLCs being as long as A Matter of Family would be nice, because Red Hood's is like 15 minutes. Quinn's is like... $15 minutes, probably? And a flip of the coin is a little longer, maybe like 20, 25. I think, yeah, okay, closer to 10. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think Nightwing's was about 10 to 15, maybe. Like, they were really short, which meant, like, if you wanted to play as those characters more or be able to, like, get any kind of narrative with them. Well, you didn't get a narrative, but the challenge maps, I think, was about the only answer to that, you know? Like, that was the only thing I think you could do. Unless you were doing, like, mods or something. We do indeed have all the suits. We are completely done with Blackgate. What do you hate, TJ? Actually, let me check. Okay, yeah. 3.5 hours. Oh, good lord. Now I see what they were going for. Whoa. Only one challenge map had the ceilings for Catwoman in Arkham Knight. It's her key focus, and only one challenge map has it, whereas in City, every challenge map had ceilings for her. Hell, the whole fucking map had ceilings for her. But yeah, no, you're right. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. When we go to get all the 3 medals on every challenge. Wow. They also, like, of all the characters in the game, Azrael being playable is cool, but he's basically got everything Batman has, in fact, a little less. And doesn't feel as much of, like he's as much of a unique character. Catwoman feels like she got heavy nerfed and way watered down. Quinn is cool. Quinn is kind of like the Joker in Arkham Asylum, you know, like, she's got a unique toolkit. She doesn't have much, but it's unique and it is fun. Nightwing and Robin, just like Arkham City, they're about the same as they were in Arkham City. They're both really fun to play. Babs, just like Batman. Nightwing did get nerfed pretty hard, but especially not having the REC, that's rough. And then losing, like, a lot of his unique gadgets and stuff in City really sucks, too. Yeah, no wrist darts. Like, he's got some unique things, which is really cool. But not as much as he did in City. And that's why I kind of feel like I like City a lot more than Night, even with challenge content. But I gotta give props to Night for giving the characters their own, like, narrative-driven story DLCs. All except Azrael, that is. Yeah, they gave him the voice synthesizer, which, like, with the voice synthesizer, don't get me wrong, you can set up some really cool takedowns and really mess up a full stealth room. The only issue is that I think after you use it twice, they change the channel. So then it's completely useless. You get 2 uses of it. That's it. Like, at least with the wrist darts, if you were good at aiming and you got headshots, you had 3. That's 3 instant takedowns. Yeah, without the disruptor, you can't make crates blow up. Like, it's really rough. It's really problematic, but I mean, I guess you can set it up to have them move to a certain location that's up high or something if you need them to be, and then be like, hey, move over there, and then use the static blast to knock them off a ledge or something. You know, like, I think you can get around it and get some decent use out of it and do some really cool cinematic takedowns. But something I really liked about Origins and Arkham City was that they took that comic book art style, aesthetic, and feel that Arkham Asylum had in their games as well, and then expanded upon them. So you got extra characters. You got extra characters to play as during the challenge maps. You got, like, the challenge map campaigns, which are cool. And you still have really good narratives and really good stories. And with Origins, aside from its jank, it's still a really good game. But you get these, like I said, the art style still feels like it's a video game made from the pages of comic books, whereas Arkham Knight feels like it went way more for like a cinematic, realistic feel, you know? And yeah, like you said, Deathstroke and Bruce Wayne are incredible. My only gripe is that Deathstroke has some very similar gadgets to Bruce and Robin, so it's not anything like brand new. But he still plays really well, and he's got some unique animations, some unique voice lines for the challenge maps. Deathstroke's a really cool character to play as. And the fact that, like, it's also one of the few times you get to play as a villain character. I mean, the first time was in Asylum with Joker. Which was actually an exclusive DLC to PS3 and Mac. You have to mod it on PC's Asylum, because we didn't get Return to Arkham. If you have Return to Arkham, you're fine. Origins has Deathstroke, and then Knight has Harley. Yeah, the fact that Bruce automatically throws 2 shurikens can really screw you over. Back phone had to update, new phone BS stuff. You're all good, man. I'm glad you got a new phone, though. That's dope. Time for an upgrade. So we'll just say that was your intention all along. You just broke it to get an early upgrade, or broke it to get an upgrade, rather than being pissed. City also has Harley? Does she have... Wait, is Harley in City as a mod or something? Because you can't play as Harley in City, from what I remember. Yeah, Robin, Catwoman, and Nightwing. I rock my stuff until they broke by themselves, usually. Yeah, so... Oh, I guess you're saying it's out of character for you. Damn it, man! Can't make that insurance claim. Well, yeah, there's the Harley's Revenge DLC, but I'm talking about, like, where villains in the game were actually playable. Like, Harley is playable in Night, Deathstroke in Origins, Joker in Asylum, but that's it. So, like, having Deathstroke being added is really good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it are some very good words to live by, 100%. Oh, is this the, yeah, the fighting pitch? Oh, that's dope. That's all right. Okay. Those were bars on his arms. Okay. I thought they were actual claws. The fact that they're bars makes a lot more sense. Kinda makes fighting this guy a little more badass. I see Bruce. Where's the cat? Stealth mode sequences are interesting. Like, it's all shown from like a horizontal, like 2.5D concept, though. I like that. Better than the combat, yeah. I'm doing great, man. Yeah. I'm sure you won't do it again. I trust you. I believe you. I'm doing really damn good. I think we're ready to get Origins set up for I Am the Knight, and then we're going to do I Am the Knight multiplayer and move on to Asylum. And I'm just vibing, brother. Playing Fallout 4 until I got another phone. That's a good way to get your mind off of it. So what you're saying is, I'm the nighttime entertainment. Is that it? What happens if you continue? Does it bring you to, like, back to the Catwoman fight?
Before she escapes with Bane.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you can replay the Catwoman fight if you wish. That's pretty damn cool. Playing with buttons now. I don't know what to do other than just, like, exit and then, you know, like, maybe chill for a sec. Oh, shit. Nope. It is time to end stream. I thought it was much earlier than that. Well, alright then. Thank you guys, one, for putting up with that awful crash that we dealt with earlier. And Steve, I'm happy to hear you're doing well, man. Congrats on the new phone. I really appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, Blackgate's really underrated for what it is. It's a really solid Metroidvania, and as an entry to the Arkham series, it's still an Arkham game. I still agree with that. Like, it's not just Arkham on the name. It still does feel like an Arkham game. Albeit not the best Arkham game, surely. It's still probably at the bottom of the list for Arkham games. It is a good one, and it's worth the play, if possible. It's been a lot of fun. I think the only issue that I really have is the tedium behind having to go back and get your upgrades every time you run New Game Plus. The black masks, the bird cages, and the chattering teeth constantly coming back every playthrough is kind of rough, especially since unlike the chattering teeth and the bird cages, the black masks don't have audio cues, so you have to scan one and then make sure as you're going through the industrial area that you have detective mode up almost all the time to make sure you find all 20 so you don't accidentally miss one because it blends in with the background. And make sure you get them when you go through, because if you hit a bunch of them and you don't know which ones you didn't get, it's going to be a pain to backtrack and find whatever ones you're missing. And the fact that there's 20 of those, I get that there's 20 of the other two as well, but again, they show up in groups and they show up with audio cues. These show up very separated for the most part, very spread out, minus like maybe 4 or 5 are relatively close to at least one other one. They can be kind of a pain to find, and like I said, no audio cues. And because the masks are black, they blend in with the background a good bit, so without detective mode and running around in detective mode 90% of the time, it can be hard to find them. The case files are really cool. I like the direction they took in making sure that Batman was actually going on the path of, like, actually using his detective skills a lot. But I feel like a lot of, like, having 14 cases is cool. As many parts as they have is fine. But it can be really difficult as well, again, to find every single clue to a case file without, like, constantly scanning every single room you're in and making sure the analyzer goes over every single part of the room from several different angles, because some of them can't even be found unless you're on the right side of a room. Even though you're scanning that area, you have to be, like, right in front of the clue to find it and be able to scan it. Can be, even if you see it right there, you have to be exactly where it is to scan it. It can't be behind a bar or something in order for you to scan it. So that is a little bit of a pain. But outside of those gripes, the story and the narrative and the way that it continues to build the Arkham universe is really cool. And I think that the game itself is still a really good play. So yeah, I agree. It's underrated. And it's probably just as much underrated as Origins itself actually is. But I'm actually super excited to, now that we finished this one, we'll get Origins finished up and do I Am the Knight. We're going to try and at least beat it once and get that multiplayer stuff in. I'm thinking we're going to try and do like an entire stream on I Am the Knight, and if not, then we'll move on to, or not I Am the Knight, the multiplayer. If not, we'll probably do multiplayer as long as we can. And then if we've got to stop however much time we have left, we'll spend it on like Marvel Rivals open lobbies or maybe doing a couple of the challenge maps for Origins. I haven't really decided like what the end game goal for that is, because I think I was gonna... You can't do the multiplayer anymore traditionally. On PC, there is a mod called Arkham Revive that basically allows your PC to host as a player-to-player server to invite other players to do multiplayer lobbies. So we are going to be modding it. That's right! Cold Hard is still also a thing that we have to do because I forgot that I didn't do that. That's important. But I think once we do that... Hang on. Because I'm just talking right now. Might as well. I think then we'll be ready to move on to Asylum. And as always, keep your eye on the main channel here on YouTube. The one that I'm streaming on currently is the main. There is a second channel, which is probably where like the gameplay... Which is where the gameplay videos for like the challenge maps are going to be. Because I was thinking I'm going to do all the challenge maps. We're going to do them all for each individual game. And do a video that's all of the challenge maps, then all of the challenge campaigns in each of their own videos where we actually succeed in getting all 3 of the medals. The main channel is going to have like our deep retrospectives for each of the Arkham games. And if you're a Final Fantasy fan, guess what's next? With that being said, though, seriously, thank you all for being here. Thank you for allowing such a fantastic stream. Thank you for coming to hang out, conversate with me and all of our friends here, and just making the streams an absolute blast as always. I really do appreciate all of you and all of the support that you offer. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one. If you're on the Twitch side, we're going to go ahead and raid out to somebody. If you want some extra points for redeems, then you can stay for the raid, and if not, no worries. Thank you all for being here. Y'all have a fantastic night. Peace.